to the Elgato device, and bang, everything fucking worked, and now I'm able to stream my Elgato device, which is right here, as you can see, and it's now working, which was kind of frustrating because it didn't fucking work before. There was a fucking problem with it before. I don't know. I'm gonna estimate and say it was probably something to do with the fact that the plug was slightly loose. It was slightly out of alignment. Could have been one of two things relating to that. I'm now having problems trying to stream to Facebook, unfortunately, which you know, streamer problems. You know, what do they say? White people problems, I say, but I don't know. Yeah, so I'm having problems doing that. Things keep on reappearing and vanishing and stuff and things like that. So let me just, I'm going to clean my browsers out temporarily. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of pissed. The reason I'm kind of pissed is because, the first reason that I'm pissed is because I thought it was something to do with software. That's the first thought that went into my head, which is, you know, software related. So I uninstalled Elgato, uninstalled everything else I need to uninstall, you know, and basically did pretty much anything along those lines. And that's pretty much what I did. Now, that didn't fix it. It did nothing. It did nothing at all. It just, you know, basically it was like throwing fucking, you know, it was like throwing a fucking... I don't know, it was like throwing shit at it when there's no reason to, you know? I don't know, sorry, I probably could have come up with a much more smart-ass comment. I'm just not in the mood. I've been dealing with this fucking shit all fucking morning. I'm kind of fucking pissed. I mean, understandably, I think I'm allowed to be pissed because I've had certain situations where things have happened in the past. And, I don't know, it's not always the same thing that is the cause and effect. I've had situations where things have actually been okay, and I've had situations where things have just completely shit themselves. Now, look, it doesn't happen all the time. And put it this way, I don't have these situations happen to me all the time, but I have had them happen in the past where, you know, something might fuck up completely. And the weird part, as I said, I haven't been doing a lot of streaming lately. I haven't been doing a massive amount of it. So hence, for me not doing a lot of it, that's the reason that I hadn't noticed any of these things were fucking up. On top of that, I had to update every piece of software. I had to update the Elgato software. I had to update fucking XSplit. On top of that, I got to get my fucking subscription set up for XSplit again, because it's about to become due offhands. Fuck me. I just, you know, fuck my life sometimes. Fuck this bullshit. Fuck this crap. It kind of gets me, you know? It kind of fucking pisses me off. The shit that I see that goes on in this world, negative or positive, as I said, especially when it comes to software-related stuff. My God, Microsoft, every other fucking software company has a lot of shit to answer for. They have a lot of bullshit to answer for because of the amount of fucking software errors that I see in their fucking software every day on a regular fucking basis. And this is my fucking point. I see this shit coming in spades, motherfuckers. You know, this is my point. It's always there. It's always inherently there. Now, I'll show you, I don't know whether I can actually show you, but hold on a second. I've got, okay, at this point, I can't fucking stream on Facebook. I don't know fucking why. I'm not sure the reason why it's being such a pain in the ass, but apparently it's going to be an asshole about it, and, you know, it's just going to be a cunt, because most of this shit is a cunt when it wants to be. I'm yet to understand why the hell this is telling me that there's a problem, but... okay, so... there is a reason for this, but I don't know why. I'm linked into my Facebook, that's not the problem. I was able to live stream on my Facebook using my phone, but unfortunately at this point in time I can't do anything but my fucking phone, and I'm kind of pissed with that. I don't know whether, I mean, I haven't tested the Facebook app itself to see if that is going to be a problem, but Jesus fucking Christ, how... I'm sorry, but really, some of these companies, like, I don't know, you know, as I said, like, when you want particular things to happen, you know, whether it's viral software or whatever the fuck... fuck you, just, you know what, I give a middle finger to every fucking company that fucks up and does a dodgy job. You're all fucking cunts. That's all I'm going to say about the bunch of yous. Alright, so let's have a look here. Let me just clear my head for a moment and think about this logically. I didn't have a problem doing Facebook streaming on my phone, so that's okay. I cannot do it on XSplit at this point in time. For reasons not known to me at present. But maybe a quick Google search will reveal if there's any problems with streaming. Facebook live streaming. Facebook live streaming issues on X. Right. Okay, let me just press enter and see what happens. Ah, there we go. Okay, alright. There we go. Okay, alright. While waiting on Facebook live stream plugin in XSplit, here's how you can live stream to it using a custom. Okay. Is that done today? When was that done? That was 2016. Okay, so I've authorized myself on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with Facebook at the moment, but apparently there must be some issues. Because normally I'd be able to go straight onto and do a Facebook live stream. But the last time this happened was in 2016, so maybe it's an issue that they're cropping up. I don't know, it's simply possible. So there isn't... Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so basically what it's telling me is each time I try to stream... I'll probably just put a window in front of it. I can't really, can I? No, because I can't really show that I've actually done that. Let me switch screens for a second. Fuck. Go. That's not it. That's the one. No, it's the last one, sorry. I'm on the wrong freaking scene. Alright, so basically the problem that I'm cropping up with at the moment is if I go to click this... Actually, I'm just going to close that, because I don't like having an open port when I'm doing streaming. Especially if it's on quick torrent stuff anyway. Okay, so look. Failed getting RTMP, which there is a custom way you can set this up, but it says streaming site may be down or has a problem. Try again later, contact your streaming provider, or contact XSplit or Split Media Labs. So that's obviously an issue that's cropped up. Not much I can do about that. There's no way I can adjust it. I've authorized myself on Facebook, so up until the point that I guess that's fixed, I have to wait until it's fixed. So that's just unfortunate. I can't stream on Facebook. But the weird part is, though, I don't have a problem doing it on my phone. I actually wonder if there is a Facebook status page. Facebook status page. No, I want to know Facebook. Okay. Facebook server status page. I'm just curious now if there actually is a page for that. Well, I'll try Aussie Down Detector, but I don't think that's actually going to tell me if streaming's down. It's probably just going to tell me if there's problems with the site. Possible problems at Facebook, it says. So, that, mind you, that's more for when the whole page goes down. But it is saying something here that in the last 24 hours there's been a certain degree of activity. Total blackouts, pictures, logins, stuff like that. There could be a problem, so distinctly possible. So just want to see if there's anything that looks dodgy. Service status is up. Response time. Response code. The live streaming side of it, I don't know. See, that's my point. Yeah, okay, so... See, for the specific thing that I want, which is live streaming, I don't think they'd actually probably tell you. They might tell you, but I mean, it's not necessarily an essential service. So at the end of it, I mean, if it gets fixed, it gets fixed, but it gets fixed in its own time parameter. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, no, it's kind of perplexing. Let me have a look. All right, so let's see here. So, I mean, the website's reachable. That's not the problem. At the moment, I just think the streaming service specifically for XSplit is probably down. So yeah, that told me everything I needed to know basically when it came up with that. So, but I have authorized myself to be able to stream on Facebook, so I don't think it's an issue related to that. I think it's just the fact that it's down for specifically just for XSplit at the moment, probably those types of services anyway. Interesting, very interesting. Ironically, though, it does make it kind of interests me, though, right? That I can't. Okay, firstly, it kind of interests me that I can't actually broadcast on Facebook, but I don't. I don't get that. Like, at the moment, okay, I can broadcast on my phone. Okay, it's two. The truth is, it's two different systems. If you're broadcasting on your phone or if you're broadcasting on your PC, there's obviously a server set up for PC specific stuff, and the thing about that is. The thing about that that I find ironically funny is that, okay, I was having some problems with my Elgato device. That was just, that was pretty much an issue on my side. I could see that. And that's obviously after, running for a few things and doing a few diagnostics of my own. And then finally, at the end of it, I figured out it was a loose fucking cable. Of all the things it had to be. And obviously it was a loose cable because as soon as I unplugged and replugged the fucking Elgato device, everything fucking worked. It kind of, so I was like, what the fuck, really? Like, of all the things it could have been, it was a loose cable, ironically. And, yeah, that kind of, gave me the shits a little bit, but it sort of also made me scratch my head. I was like, what the fuck? Of all the things it could have been, I mean, I'm thinking software, I'm thinking more complex stuff. This is my point. That's exactly where my mind went, and it was a fucking cable. I honestly find that fucking hilarious. This is my point. Sometimes you gotta laugh in my line of work, because if you don't, well, fuck, it just does not work well for you at the end of it. Oh, shit. That's amazing. That was funny as hell. That was funny as all hell, actually. Actually, I should probably... There's a little bit of lag, though. Always fun. It's always fun. There's always something happening. Anyway. You know what this entire fucking purpose of this video was? Was to explain the pitfalls and the bullshit of fucking Bitcoin mining. And this entire fucking thing turned out to be a rant about me getting pissed off with the fact that I couldn't get access to my Elgato device. The entire reason I started streaming, or I wanted to start streaming, is because I wanted to talk about that. Oh, that cracks me up. I'm sorry. Then it's I don't know. A lot of shit with me turns into fucking rants. It's like just random rants about technology and fucking the bullshit I gotta deal with on a daily basis. Oh, fuck my life sometimes. Oh, Jesus. Wow. So this entire the entirety of the entire fucking thing, it stemmed from the fact that I couldn't get my Elgato capture device to work. And then when I finally get it fucking working, I can't stream to Facebook. Oh, wow. Jesus. Damn. Oh, look, it's hilarious. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, that is just fucking hilarious. Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. Anyway. That was hilarious. That was funny as hell, I swear to God. Right, okay. God damn. Okay. My God, I'm going nuts here. This is the point. Fuck. Actually, I already knew I was nuts. That's not the issue. I don't know. It always seems the way, though. I always go off on a tangent with a lot of shit I do anyway. inherently an angry guy, but sometimes if I get the shits with something, I can see something that clearly shouldn't be, like, it's not working the way you should expect it to be. That's when I get the shits, because, like, you know, okay, the world isn't perfect, I know this, but fuck me. The amount of times that I have had software errors and different things happen and dodgy shit happen in certain circumstances has really been astronomically high, and it really has. Like, even for Windows 10, a lot of the different systems I have to deal with. Windows 7, Windows XP, god damn it, oh man, some of the shit I've had to deal with that has been absolutely abysmal too. So what I'm gonna, I don't know, I want another cup of coffee anyway, so I'm gonna go make another fucking cup of coffee for myself, which is always good this time of morning. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning anyway, it's like 4:19 a.m. I know, my sleeping patterns are fucked, especially with the way I do things in streaming and stuff. The way I do streaming and the way I've always done streaming is just sporadically, and sometimes I can be like, spontaneous with when I want to do it too. That's another issue as well. So, fuck me sideways. Holy holies. Holy crap holies. Jesus fucking Christ. There we go. I do need to actually find a better fabric softener, because that one does fuck all for some of the stains that I get on my... I mean, whether it's food or other things, you know, I do smoke a bit on and off, so... Occasionally those stains are going to end up on my shirt, and it's just unfortunate but true, and I can't do much about it, obviously, but well, there's a few things I can do. I could stop smoking, but you know, I don't know, I've always been of the mind that, for me, smoking is a bit of a therapeutic thing for me, so that's always how I've worked it out. Oh, that is fucked. It doesn't even work properly. That's fucking retarded. Anyway, that's good. Okay, anyway, my point was, anyway, yeah, smoking's always been a very therapeutic thing for me, in general, so that's the reason I do it, regardless. And look what I'm fucking wearing. I'll put it on. Motherfuckers. Fucking clown hats. Why the fuck not? I was bored anyway, so it's like, because I think my dad actually ended up bringing this home. I'm like, oh, okay, fuck this, I'll just grab this. Wear this for motherfucker. You motherfucking clown! I can be. Depending on my fucking mood. I'm a jolly fat clown some days. Actually, I don't know, my weight's not too bad. It doesn't fluctuate too badly. I've had some weight. I mean, I know I have weight issues. You know what? I still fucking... You know what? Fuck it. I don't really give a shit. I've stopped giving a shit about my weight a long time ago. I've learned that, you know... I've learned to say fuck it with some things. It's just like, fuck it, who cares? Don't care. Could give a shit less. There's just certain things in my life anyway. It's not everything, but some things in my life definitely. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so back to where I was. Which is the frustrating stuff I had on my Facebook about me trying to get my stupid stream working. It wasn't actually mainly to do with my stream. It was to do with... I'll go back to it. Wrong scene. This, obviously, which is my Elgato device, which I couldn't get the fucker to work. And out of all the fucking things that it possibly could have been, out of every complex software issue and all the other shit that it possibly could have been in any given situation, it was the cable. Yes, that's right. The cable may have been slightly out, which I didn't actually look at that until right at the end when I'd done everything else with the software. My life. It's like, fuck my life sometimes. Why the fuck did I check that first? But I mean, the other side of it too is there's other situations where that's happened too. I've looked into something and it's simply been a case of the cable being loose or something of that nature that's caused the problem in the first place. Now, that is a lesson for life. For any technician, or anybody who is a technician, always check your cables. It doesn't matter whether it's a fucking power cable or a USB cable. If it is not plugged in, it will not fucking work. Because without plugging it in, if it has no fucking power, people, it will not fucking work. Oh my god. Wow. Jesus. Damn, son. Damn, son. That's all I got to say. Especially when you have to deal with it. I don't know. As I said, some things I find particularly frustrating. Other things is just like, oh, well, okay, that was piss easy. Oh. Yeah. Wow. Right. Now, back to where I was. Now, I still can't stream on Facebook, unfortunately, on XSplit. I had no problem doing it on my phone. Let me just check my phone. Is 16% charged. It's still probably going to charge for the next half an hour because I managed to run the battery completely down. Mind you, considering that, because I ended up getting a new charge cable because the other charge cable that I had, which was one of those magnetic ones, it broke. It was the original the first magnetic charge cable that I ever bought broke. It fucking broke. It was fucked. That was the first one I ever bought, and the reason that it broke was the way they put the metal sheath on the top. It was glued on. It wasn't like there was no soldering. There was nothing holding it in place except for a magnet and a bit of glue, and that was the only thing holding it in place. Now this one I like. I'll tell you why. The reason I like it, because it's actually a lot more secure. I don't know. I think that's a better design. It's also got a bit of a sheathing down here. My last cable did not have a little plastic bit down the bottom, so it couldn't be glued into that either. So I reckon that's actually by design, because you can get all these different types on eBay of these cables. That is a better design by far. And you know what? I ended up buying two of those. I bought two of those cables. It's like, fuck it, I'll buy two of those because at some point I'm going to because I know myself and I know that at some point that maybe the cable will fuck up or get fucked, I always buy. I always have a tendency to buy two. The other same thing. It's the same thing whenever I buy, say for example, like something that I need to replace or parts or something like that. I will know that at some point it may get fucked up or there may be something. I mean, especially if it's cheap. If it's something that's relatively cheap, I don't see a problem in buying at least 2 or 3 of them, because then you've got a backup of a backup. As they say, life is too short not to have a backup plan. Well, actually, no, I just say that. I just made that up on the spot. Yeah, in its entirety, I just made that up on the spot. So, I mean, at the end of it, I don't know. I've always been of the mind that you should always have a backup plan. Never not have a backup plan. You're an idiot if you don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but anybody without a backup plan these days is, you know, when it comes to intelligence points, or, you know, scoring intelligence points is generally, you know, it's stupid. That's my point. So, oh my god, my nose. Ugh. I've got I do have to actually hold on a second. Right back. I'll be right back. As a person who gets sinuses, and ironically, I smoke. I still have sinus issues, but this is my point. Ironically, you know, I probably shouldn't be smoking with sinus issues, but I really don't give a shit. This is entirely my point. I have a good attitude towards life. I try to anyway. I try to have that attitude. You know what? I hate to have to use toilet roll to blow my nose, but it's the only option I've got at this point. I would normally use... I mean, I don't mind you, I've had a couple of... I normally have hankies around or something like that, but a few of them, I think they're in the wash anyway, so... I don't mind using a toilet roll, you know, to blow my nose. I mean, it's used for other purposes, but it's the same material, basically. Typically, you just get a fresh roll out, in most cases, and when you get a fresh roll out, you're not getting the one from that's being used in the toilet. That's what I do anyway. At the end of it, it's the same material. It uses this. It's used for the same stuff. It serves the purpose. No point in trying to fucking, you know. Okay, that's actually funny. I used to know a Japanese lady. She was very nice. She was quite cute, actually, too. She was a fucking looker. She had no boobs, by the way, too. She was a fantastic looker, though. This is my point, I've known a lot of fucking people over the internet. My problem is I get to know too many people over the internet. I've also done a bit of trolling in the past. I don't do it all the time, but I have been known to do it. I don't do it as much as I used to, but yeah, I still do it occasionally. I've got a few accounts set up for it. No, like, not linked to my main account, like fake accounts. But fuck me, I don't know. I've known a lot of people over the internet. I've known a lot of just over the years. I know this. Oh fuck me. All right, okay. Back to where I was. I was checking shit. Okay. Now this whole fucking thing started when I had in my head. I think, okay, I'm gonna get online. I'm going to do a stream, and I'm going to do a stream on Bitcoin mining, or some degree of it. That's where the whole thing started. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want to talk about Bitcoin mining, and then my fucking capture device didn't work. And then it turned into a fucking rant on Facebook, because, I mean, it's all linked up to my... I mean, most of my shit's linked back to some of my personal stuff. Not all of it is, but some of it is. But feel free to check out my website. It's got everything on there anyway. But anyway, well, I digress. I'm going to go back to where I was, which was fucking finding my brain this time of morning. It is 4:35 AM at the moment. It's early in the morning. I'm clowning around as per usual, a little bit. And, I don't know. What was I... Fucking hell. I'll tell you one thing. The only thing I ever hate... I hate being the person who gets hay fever. I'll tell you why. Because it can affect you fucking mucous membrane wise. It's like, you know, you're coughing up and stuff like that. Not just that, but it can also affect, you know, sneezing things. It can affect a lot of stuff. But, I mean, the other side too, you know, it doesn't bother me all the time and it's not always a big issue, but I have had it a lot in the past. Right, back to where I was. Finding my brain. Get myself back into the swing of things, I guess. I do actually have to create some more tags for myself. I do need to edit some stuff on this video, maybe. See, I've got it set up for some live streaming tag stuff, but it's only tagging the stuff I specifically want. I need to add some more tags because I think that's probably the reason I'm not getting as high hits on my videos. I only recently, a little while ago, started using TubeBuddy, which I'm finding a fantastic analytical piece of software for YouTube. In particular, it tells you what's popular, what's trending. It also explains to you how views work. It also explains it tells you exactly what type of money you're using for stuff. Anyway, getting back to my whole spiel that I was talking about, Bitcoin mining. I went through a big spiel of that shit yesterday. Yesterday I was up till about, hence I slept a bit yesterday and stuff. I was pretty tired. I didn't wake up till about 1 o'clock, well, today 1 o'clock. I was up researching Bitcoin mining, and I'm going, okay, cool, this looks interesting. I signed myself up to a pool, tested a couple of things. I tried testing some of the software to see how it works. And most of the software that I'm coming across, and not all of it, but some of it, has just, especially in Windows, it's a bit dodgy in the way it treats you. Some of it, yeah, the security, in the sense of Windows and it being using it in Windows is, I don't know, I probably wouldn't use any of the Windows-based software. I had some on my computer to test it out, obviously, just to make sure. I think I put it on a virtual machine or something, and I tested it out to see how well it worked. Now, put it this way, it did work to a certain extent, but not as well as I thought it would. On top of that, it seemed like some of it might have a bit of spyware or something in it. Not all of it did, though. That's the ironic thing. Some of it did, some of it didn't. It depends on which type of mining program, or specifically the mining programs. The wallets, wallets are pretty piss easy to do. I mean, some of the wallets seemed relevant. Some of the wallets seemed okay. I looked at it and I'm thinking, okay, all right, you know, it looked interesting. But the other side of it too is, I found through some of my research that you can get it for Linux and you can get it for Mac OS. Now, I don't have a Mac at the moment, but I do have, what do I have? Pretty much at this point I have a bunch of Linux ISOs, and I'm like, fuck it, you know, maybe I should I'll make up a couple of Linux rigs, and I'll run those, basically, as my mining machines. Now, I have enough connection and bandwidth to do it. Not just that, but I think, you know, I could probably, you know, I might be able to earn a bit of coin out of it too. Now, doing the research that I did, I mean, some parts were confusing, some parts were really easy. Some pieces of software were really confusing in the way that, like, to set them up was fairly confusing. Like, there was a lot involved. Other pieces of software, they're like piss easy, they're like 2 seconds to set up. And the weird part is, it all depended on the software you were going for and what you wanted and the purpose you wanted it to serve in the first place. I found with a couple of YouTube, or people who do it on YouTube, who have tutorials and stuff on YouTube, is in most of them pointed out that they use a particular fund, which I think it's a slush pool, they call it, or it's called slushpool.com. It's supposedly not too bad, in the sense that it's supposed to have a fairly good return, but it's in the low margin. Like, you've got the bigger Bitcoin sites that have higher pools. And I don't know, it was a bit confusing at first, but then I sort of wrapped my head around it a bit more after I had a bit of a sleep, and I mean, I analysed it in my head while I was asleep, and I figured to myself, okay, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, so some of this stuff could definitely be beneficial, not just that, but it could work for my situation anyway. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, that's not a problem, I'll do that. In the meantime, I did I did a bunch of research on stuff. I watched a bit of Netflix as well, because I was doing that as in between that. I was watching Netflix at the same time. I was watching watched a couple of YouTube videos on the subject. Also read a bunch of articles. Went through a bunch of sites. I signed up for a pool, you know, for the pool that I thought would suit my situation, and I'm like, yeah, we'll work with that. And then after that, I don't know. At one point I was frustrated, and then at another point I was like, ah, fuck it, yeah. we'll see how it goes, and I'll give it a try. The only reason that I actually started to even look at it in the first place is there was a Windows 10 mining app that it mines you a few coins. It doesn't mine you very many, to be honest. It is like very small, minimal amounts anyway. And I saw the app there, and I saw how easy it was set up to do the mining, and I thought it'd be a relatively simple process to a certain extent. Some parts of it were, but see, the other side of it too is I'm finding with a lot of the websites that I'm coming across, not every single Bitcoin mining website, mind you, that some of them are a bit dodgy in the sense of how they deal with shit. Like, okay, I'm talking about in the sense that I've got pretty good security software on my system now. I mean, I do run Windows. I do, mind you, I run a couple of virtual machines as well. I'm finding with the way these apps are, a percentage of them were being picked up by my security software as being dodgy, or, you know, per se having some type of malicious intent. Now, I mean, the other side of it too is I get what it is. It's a peer-to-peer network. It's solving algorithms and equations, not just that. But you know, it's just I mean, I realise what the concept of Bitcoin mining is, you know, and I realise how it works. Well, I realised pretty much, you know, the freaking fucking hours of research I did. Eventually, just sitting there, and was like, "What the fuck, huh?" And then I finally sort of some of it clicked in with me of how it works. Mind you, it took a little while, but it's inherently how it is when you do research initially. I'm like, fuck it, you know, fuck it. Let's just see how this goes. Let's just see which direction this goes. But then today it's like, oh, fuck, you know, I got up earlier and I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to do a video on, you know, what I think of Bitcoin mining and what I'm thinking of doing it or setting up. and then I had to go on I went on my phone on Facebook and I was explaining to people about my issues I was having with my Elgato device. Basically what happened is, from what I could tell, the cable must have been slightly loose, making the computer think it was actually a USB 2.0 cable, when in fact it was a USB 3.0. So what actually happened is, I'm sitting there and I uninstalled my USB... Firstly, I uninstalled my USB 3.0 drivers, reinstalled those. That's the first port of call if I have any driver issues, and I thought it was a driver issue, to be honest. Then the second thing I did is uninstall the Elgato software that I had, just to make sure it wasn't an error or a corruption in the Elgato software. Then finally, at the end of it, I'm sitting there, what the fuck is it? It was still giving me the same error. So I go around to the back of the computer, I pull the cable out of the Elgato device, and plug the fucker back in, and Bob's your fucking uncle, bang, I have screen. And I'm like, fuck my life, and I'm just like, fuck you, and I'm like, I was pretty much giving the Elgato device, I was just sitting there giving the Elgato device the middle finger and telling it to go fuck itself with a fucking cactus. Pretty much at that point anyway. But yeah, like, as I said, I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh, crap, really. Anyway, I turn around, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell, you know, like, fuck, yeah, anyway, not a problem, not a problem. I'm getting there, people, I'm getting there, I'm coming back to life somehow. So after all that shit, and fiddling around with that for a while, I finally work out all that shit, and I'm like, well, I mean, look, at the end of it, if I'd probably check it, if the cable had been the first thing that I would have gone to check, it would have been okay. But I didn't think of the cable at the time because my mind was more intensely focused on it being something more I don't know. My mind always focuses... Okay. Firstly, my mind always focuses on, whether it's a simple or complex issue, it always focuses on the most... I guess you could say notorious, or no, notorious, no. Yeah, most notorious option. Like, that's what it focuses on first. I hate to say it, but my mind, that's the first go-to thing that my mind does, is it focuses on that first, before it focuses on anything that isn't. And that's the problem, like, or that's the sometimes an issue I have with things. What'll happen normally is, I'll sit there, it's like, oh, fuck, you know, like, why didn't I just think of the simple option? But the truth is, I always focus on, I don't know, maybe my go-to thing is always something there's always something behind something, you know, or there's the issue is more complex than you would think. Well, I'd say that's probably my main focus anyway. Fucking hell, I'm gonna get this mobile open. What the fuck is this gonna do? So I have to waiting for a text because I have two-factor authentication on my fucking Twitch. Oh, come on, work, you prick. There we go. There it is. But fuck my life sometimes. Fuck my life and love my life at the same time. I mean, I love my life and I hate my life, so yeah. It's a love-hate relationship, personally, myself, most of the time. Let's verify myself and go into my fucking Twitch. So I'm not in any of the Twitch chats. I mean, okay, I don't know. I think most of my chats are programmed to work automatically anyway, so it's not a big issue. But sometimes there is an issue with them not working correctly. Oh my god. Fucking insane motherfucker that I am. I already knew this. I was well aware of this fact. Okay, I need to... nose trimmer. Well, that's pretty much what it's designed to do. You can do nose or ears. I don't have hair problems with my nose, to be honest. With my ears, I mean. I have nose hair problems with my freaking. I honestly have more hair problems with my fucking nose than I do with my ears. Like I have more hair problems with the rest of my fucking body, to be honest. But yeah. That's better. Okay, I'm gonna pause that for a second. Right. Anyway, my point is, before I started clearing out my nose hairs. What's life? You gotta enjoy yourself. Fuck, I know I've got to enjoy myself. Even though I get cranky and I get ranty sometimes and I go on a fucking rant about random ass shit that I'm doing in my life, it still doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not... It doesn't mean that I'm a cranky person, it just means that I think I have those moments where I'm entitled to get the shits with something. Okay, so 3 views. Oh, so sorry, I don't care about that. That's a Facebook video anyway. I still can't access Facebook. I don't think I can. Hold on a second. I haven't tried yet. No, it's still doing the same thing. Failed getting RTMP. Streaming site may be down or has a problem. Please contact your streaming provider or contact Split Media Labs. Of course. That's exactly what I'm going to do at some point. No, I'm going to wait a little while. Make sure... Sorry, I'm going to wait a little while first, and then I might actually get in contact with Facebook or something like that. Not that I think it's going to be an issue anyway. But fuck, I don't know, like... It's just fucking hilarious. It does crack me up, like, especially these days. I don't know, I've learned so much positive and negative shit these days. The internet's full of it. See, the other thing too is I used to do trolling, so I know... Especially when somebody wants to troll someone or get a reaction, I know what people do, or typically what they do anyway. It's just funny to watch sometimes when people do some of the shit they do. But it is funny though, like there's appropriate reasons to get angry about something, there's inappropriate reasons, I think, and each to their fucking own, I guess. I don't know, I do try to scroll on with most things in my life if I can help it. I try to. It doesn't always work that way. Right, so back to where I was. Mollywog! Ooh. I wanted to do on this another screen. Yeah. Doing insane. That's half an issue. Actually, that's not even half an issue. I'm schizophrenic, so. I've always been honest though. I've always, you know, I feel people actually hide shit like that in their life. I have schizophrenia, I have depression, I have anxiety. I have a few mental issues, and you know I deal with them in my own way, and I keep myself pretty balanced most of the time. But I'll be honest, I've never not admitted that I don't. Well, put it this way, I've never been able to turn around and not say to someone that, well, it's funny. Like most people will hide if they have a mental issue. Me, I'll let it out. There it is. You either accept me for who I am, or you accept me for my frame of mind and my outlook on life. And you accept me for the fact that I do have mental issues, so you can just go fuck off. I think probably most of the biggest stars Taylor Swift. You know, it's like haters gonna hate concept. There's always going to be somebody who hates you or feels that you're not the right person for the job. There's always going to be somebody who wants to bash you down to their level because they feel that you're could give a shit less about those people. Where the hell is my marital team? It could be related to that. It also could affect that they're general fuckers anyway. And you know, I mean, I've met some dickheads in my life. I've also met some really good people too.
That was close.
But I've also put compassion and understanding people too. That's a little bit lag. It's not too bad though, considering I'm running 2 streams. I'd normally be running 3, but unfortunately Facebook is dead in the arse at the moment. I don't know why, but the server settings... Either... I don't think the server settings are fucked on it. I think it's just it might be just a little setting on it that's not working, probably. I'm going to say most likely it is. Let's see. What's we got? Okay, so back to where... Yeah, okay. So anybody who is interested in Bitcoin mining, aside from that, yeah, I think I'm going to be doing it on Linux machines. Yep, that's going to be my go-to, probably. I will have to probably wait a couple of weeks for that purpose. I don't know, or I could... What I might do is I'll set up a dual install on my dad's computer. Well, it's technically... I mean, it's spare parts that I can't together for him to make him a computer, so he can do his stuff. And, so technically I'm going to do the passport on money anyway. But I'll set it up, a dual boot on my dad's computer maybe, and then when my dad's not using his computer, I'll boot it up to Linux. And then my workbench computer, which, you know, it depends on one of your clients, I will do the same thing. I'll put shit. Oh, fucking... Yeah, this dickhead. This motherfucker. I just get run over. Fuck off! Fucking asshole. That is... Yeah, go fuck it. Suck it. Okay, yeah. My point is, anyway, I will set up that, and that's most likely I'm going to set up that, plus I think I'll set up my own machine. I'd probably have to do a separate boot as well, but I don't know with my machine. I use my machine too much for streaming and other things, unfortunately, to be able to say that I can use it for mining that way. If I can find a reliable program in Windows that does Bitcoin mining that's not as intrusive as some of those programs that I've seen, maybe I will consider doing it on Windows and consider doing it as well. But I know there's 2 computers I can set up for the purpose of Bitcoin mining. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the GPUs are not that strong anyway, so... I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to... This is my point. I don't even know if I'm going to return. So up until the point that I set it up a bit more, and I test it, you know, there's no way to know whether I'm for certain whether I'm actually going to get a really good return. But it's always the way. I mean, put it this way, I'm always looking for new ways to make a bit of content, you know? There's different ways of doing it, whether it's virtual currency, whether it's gift certificates, whether it's codes. There's always some way to get something out of a situation that will give you an advantage. Well, not just an advantage, but something that will benefit you in the long run, whether it be your YouTube channel or whatever. But the other side of it too, like, I wouldn't mind getting a bit more sponsorship, maybe. Maybe, I'll see. But I haven't really, I've sort of looked into some of it, haven't looked into a complete lot of it. The other thing too is I do run my own repair business as well, so that has to take priority because that's real life, and you know that does earn me money as well. But sometimes I don't know, sometimes it earns me very little, sometimes it earns me a lot. The other side of it too is sometimes I have a lot of clients, sometimes I have very little. But I'm small, I'm just comparatively small. I run everything from home, so I'm comparatively small, and I don't do a massive, that's my point, I don't do a massive amount, like, well, if you would compare me to a big corporation sort of thing, I'm a small, I'm on the small side of things anyway, you know, that's the thing. So, I mean, at the end of it, that stuff, you know, comes and goes, I guess, but, oh, fuck, I don't know, sometimes craziness crazy people, crazy lives, crazy shit in general. Huh. Yeah, always. Gotta keep it real, man. I know, that's the thing about life. If you don't keep it real, if you don't fucking... Well, I don't know. See, there's other avenues too. I do eBay occasionally as well, which I sell a variety of secondhand hardware for computers. Some of it comes... I don't know. No, most of it's as is. Like, if there's anything that I've not tested, or if there's anything that I don't... Most of the time I'll sell it off, and it doesn't really have a warranty per se. Saying that, if I do sell something, typically most of the time I try to give it at least 3 months warranty if it's secondhand. But the truth is, with secondhand items, it's a bit of a lottery in the sense of how long they'll work or how long they might work. That's something I've learned in selling secondhand components in my life, is that it's a bit of a lottery of how long they'll last, and a bit of a lottery on how well they'll work after they've been sold. It's not always the case, but some situations that does happen. I've learned so much, and I've learned so little in some departments. Like, some things in my life I still need to improve, I guess. Actually, the truth is, I'm actually improving on a few things in my life. Like, I'm going to be getting my license soon. Another reason I guess you could say I'm a bit of a recluse when I spend a lot of time on the internet is I don't have a license. That's the first part. I don't drive. I thought to myself, okay, logically, if I want to expand upon everything, including even mobile services for my own little business I got, I need to learn how to drive. That's just something that's going to be essential. I was putting it off for a while because of my mental issues and some of the medications and things like that, and I was putting it off for a while. I'm like, fuck it. I'm overthinking and overanalyzing the situation. Just get the fucking license and get it the fuck over with. Now, considering, though, I've actually been looking into the license, what it requires to get an Australian license. Typically, now, interesting, but this is for kids coming out of school, though. Typically, the questions that you to get a license for a car, for a vehicle, you have to answer 377 questions in total. So I'm pretty sure that's the last time I checked the count of questions was about that many. Now, the thing is, you have to do a road ready course beforehand. I think you have to pay a slight fee for the road ready course. Once you've done the road ready course, it's like a safety course to know that you actually know what the fuck you're doing. Not just that, but it's a safety course to know that you have enough common sense not to do something fucking stupid, like run some cut over. That's the other side of it. So. And the truth is, logically speaking, it just makes sense that you would have a course like that because, you know, it does surprise me with some people how, like, not everybody, but some people, I do wonder how some people, what the fuck was the saying? Yeah, that's right. With some people you think, where the fuck did you get your license cut out of a fucking cereal box or something? And that's exactly how some people act on the road. Most of the time when you're on the road, the thing you got to worry about is dickheads who obviously dickheads who can't fucking drive or have problems, with penis size, which I think that's pretty common, and they drive like they're trying to ram their dick into everything. Like, that's just pretty much the common thing that I see on the road these days. Now, mind you, and you may ask, how do I know this? Because a lot of the times when I put it this way, I do go out with my dad. He drives a lot, and my dad's a pretty damn good driver. And the ironic thing of that is, I've seen the amount of dickheads and the amount of shit that my dad's had to put up with. We had this guy, I think he was a P-plater, which that's like preliminary plates, or preliminary license. And the way that works is, once you get that license, there's certain things you can't do. Like, it's not a full license, it's just before you get your full license, actually. The learner's permit is just a learner's permit. So with the learner's permit, you've got to always have a fully licensed driver in the car with you at all times. Can't have it any other way. But the amount of times, as I said, there was a P-plater, I think it was on the highway, and driving down to Wollongong, it was about a 2-hour drive. Now, this bastard comes out in front of us. Dad almost fucking wipes out Dad, because I saw him. I'm like, what a fucking dickhead! Like, he basically got in front of the car. We would, if my dad wasn't fast enough to react, he would have had an accident. That's my point. So yeah. But my dad reacted. Was fast enough to react on top of that, and the situation was good, so nothing happened. But it's sort of interesting because a lot of that shit, I'm gonna kill me because I shouldn't get this. back. But yeah, basically, there is a relative amount of dickheads on the road. I mean, not every person who drives is a dickhead, but there's for the good amount of drivers, there's always going to be somebody who thinks that they're either better, or they either think they're better at driving, or they drive like fucking maniacs. You know what I mean? Not that I have anything against. I mean, I don't have anything against. Okay, for example, like I'll be honest. Once I get my license, I might take a defensive driving course, which that's something that I know somebody, a friend of mine, which was basically you learn how to be defensive to yourself when you're driving. So in the sense that, say you to avoid accidents, to be able to drive at higher speeds, and things of that nature. And it teaches you reaction times as well, and not just reaction times, but it teaches you just how to drive at high speeds, how to drive, offensively to everybody else around you, so you don't get into an accident, or you don't get an issue. And I've heard about them. I don't know what's involved in getting into them, but I would love to give myself a go at one or something. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll see anyway. They just want to get the license anyway. But my point is, I wouldn't mind doing a course like that. That course probably wouldn't go too far astray for me. Interesting. So you get pulled over by a cop, and it's like, oh, sorry, officer, I was steering with my like, I'm sorry, officer, I was steering with my cop. It's all good. What the fuck? Yeah. No. Anyway, that's something I'm planning to do anyway. Get my license then, and what the fuck else? I don't know. There's probably a couple of things I want to do as well. Play the lottery and you win like 99% of the time. Lottery, in my entire time that I've ever tried to get a lotto ticket, in a percentage of cases I've only ever won maybe. Well, actually, I'm pretty lucky though, considering I've won probably about 5 or 6 times, but it's only ever been like small amounts. Like the most I probably ever got out of is $100. Same when I go to it, like I've been to a poker, like the pokie machines and stuff that you do the spinning wheel and everything else, like Vegas sort of thing. For anybody who's in America, I've put about $20 into those and I got about $50 back. But so this is my point. When it comes to, say, for example, fucking gambling in general, I don't know, I don't know, I don't really consider lottery gambling. Well, I guess technically, I mean, if you spend enough fucking money on it, it is gambling. I spend more money on electronics and personal items than I do, that I've ever spent on gambling. Actually, I probably spend more money on booze and other things in my life, including bills, than I've ever spent on gambling. I've never been a gambler. Never been a big gambler, it's never appealed to me. But I know people, I know a guy I know a couple of guys who I've known over the years, who could put their entire $2,000 paycheck through a fucking poker machine. Or they could lose their entire $2,000 paycheck playing a game of cards. I'm like, how the fuck do you justify losing that much money in that situation? Like, that's a lot of fucking money. That money could pay your bills, it could pay for advertising for a business if you had one. Fuck, it could pay your car insurance, it could pay your fucking... Not just that, okay, firstly, it could pay your car insurance. Secondly, it could pay, like, fucking advertising. You could buy fucking stock for your business. I mean, fucking, there's a relative amount you could do with $2,000 if you budgeted it correctly. But, like, I don't know, just fuck me. I really don't understand how people can put that much money into gambling. I get it's a thrill. I get there's a thrill involved. But I get enough of a fucking thrill going on and doing random ass shit and getting drunk on the internet. Or even getting drunk in real life, for that matter. I get enough of a thrill out of that, to be honest. Fuck yeah. Probably, yeah, I'd say that'd be most likely what I'm doing. The only thing yeah. Yeah, I'd say most likely. I mean, see, I don't know. Occasionally I might go out to a club and stuff and I'll get drunk and stuff. But I don't know. It's... Yeah. Well, certain things I get a thrill out of, I guess. But there's some stuff that I just... the only reason that I've done it in the first place is because I'm fucking bored. I need something to intellectually stimulate me, so I need something to fucking... So I get bored and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll troll this person and see what the fuck they do. You know, I'll just like, well, let's see. We'll see if we can get... Firstly, we'll see if we can get an angry... I'll say it again. I'll see if we can get an angry reaction out of this person and see exactly how they react. Because I have done that in the past. I've actually trolled... Well, not trolled... Well, yeah, no, I've trolled people. And even one of my supposed closest friends a long time ago, I was just a freaking annoyer about shit, and she's like, why the fuck do you do this shit? Well, it's an experiment in human nature to see how well you handle things. Okay, that's probably kind of cruel, and I probably shouldn't have done it. You know, maybe it was a little bit cruel of me. I'll have no argument there. Maybe a little bit. But the truth is that you have to be able to handle certain things in your life. I mean, I know for me that people have always tested my stress levels throughout my life, whether it's my family or whether it's people that I've known and my friends. And I feel a bit better for it because I have more fortitude and I'm more of a stronger person because of it. And yeah, I'm going to say that's true. It's actually tested my limits and it's pushed me to my limits. It's pushed me past my limits sometimes. But normally when it's pushing me past my limits, I just walk away from it and I switch it off. It's a little bit easier with the internet because you can just switch it off and get away from it. Not so... It's sort of easy in real life. I mean, you can just, you know, not go out if you don't want to. Or not, you know, avoid the person in question. That's another thing you can do too. But, but I don't know. Sometimes it may appear that I've reached my limits, but it's just because I think sometimes it's funny to watch people react or to see reactions. I know sometimes plenty of people I've seen in my life like to see me get angry, and they like to see that reaction out of me, and they pretty much bait me until I bite. And you know, because I'm the type of person, I will bite. I just can't help it because I'm just that type of person. And if somebody wants me to give them attitude, I'll fucking do it. That's not a problem. I can do that. But like, I mean, the other side of it too is I'll get to a certain point. It's like, okay, I'm not going to bite anymore because obviously you're keen for that reaction and you want that reaction. If I don't give you that reaction, that'll piss you off twice as much. Yeah, it's not always a circumstance though. Win 99% of the time. I wish. Fuck, man. If I were to win 99% of the fucking time with lottery, that'd be fucking fantastic. Because I've put a few tickets in over the years for like different amounts, you know. I think it was like one time it was like 4 million, 25 million. I'm like, fuck. If I had at least won like some of that money, it's like, fuck. I definitely would have invested more in my business. And fuck, okay, first my plans would fucking be if I want enough money. I'm going to get a stock portfolio. I'm going to get an investment broker. I'm going to invest in stocks. The rest, there's a certain amount that's going to go in the bank to be able to live day to day. Going to buy my dad a new car. Buy fucking this house. Because I don't own my own house. That's my point. I rent. Buy this house. Because I don't think I'd have a problem getting it from the person I rent it from. Invest more in my business and probably attribute to that. Take a few overseas trips. I have been to a few places in my life though. I've been to Hong Kong and I've been to China. I've been to those places, but I have not been to the US. I've not been to the UK. And I wouldn't mind going to those places. Yeah, probably the UK and definitely the US. There'd be two places I'd like to go just the hell of it, because there's a few things in the US that I really like. There's a lot of stuff that I actually like about Australia as well. I mean, Australia's a fantastic country. It has a lot of good benefits to it, and you know that's the point of reference. You know, free healthcare in context. You know, or cheap, like not just that, but affordable sort of cheap healthcare combination. It's a great place for that stuff. But the other side of it too is I just wouldn't mind. There's a few things in the US that I think would just, you know, it'd be interesting to experience them in general. So yeah, maybe something I want to do. What else? Guess the numbers. Guess the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. Oh, what the fuck did I hear that from? I used to hear that back in high school, I think. Huh. Just want to set the world on fire, bitch. That's the problem. Maybe I do want to set the world on fire. But the other side of it too is the context, though. You know, there's some guys and there's some people who just want to watch the world burn. And you know what? I'm occasionally the guy with the lighter. I'm going to admit that. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes it's just funny to watch the world burn occasionally. Just for some things. It's not with everything, though. Some things I think, oh, fuck, you know. It's probably taking it a bit far. Oh, God. It's not every situation, though, that I get into that always is the case, but sometimes it is. Fuck, I know I need coffee. Oh, yeah, by the way, I do actually... My niece, ironically, I didn't buy this, so I didn't spend any money on it. I actually got a fucking fidget spinner. Ironically, I actually got a fucking fidget spinner. Does it help with my OCD? To a certain extent. But to be honest, I'm also slightly psychotic, so anything of that nature is just, generally speaking... Eventually this is going to bore me. Eventually I'm just going to go, fuck. Toss it But, I mean, you know, that's, as I said, that's neither here nor there. That only happens occasionally, but that's my point. I mean, the fidget spinners, I don't know, they're sort of... Fidget spinners... Well, they are a big craze now, that's the thing. They are a big craze. My niece gave this to me because she had spare, because apparently she bought a shitload of them. My niece gets spoiled a bit, but she's a good kid. Most of the time. But, you know, fucking... you know, like, as somebody who has OCD, schizophrenia, you know, Asperger's, depression, anxiety, and bipolar, I will say honestly that most of this shit, like this... Now, some people are like, there's some people in comments that's like, oh, this, you know, these are really effective for my anxiety and my depression issues and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, alright. As somebody who's taken medications for different things and has medications for different purposes, is this as effective as medication? Fuck no. In the sense of being able to calm you down to a certain extent? No, never. I would never say that. I would never say it's that effective. It might work for some people, you know, but if it does work for them, it's probably a very mild case of those conditions in the first place. So, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I don't know, it doesn't work for me because, well, firstly, I'm a crazy human being. I know this. I've always been crazy. I've always had these conditions my entire life, so I've just learned to fucking deal with them. I've learned coping mechanisms of my own. It's a combination of, you know, certain prescription drugs combined with the fact that, you know, I like alcohol. Saying that, I don't drink all the time, though. I do have to take a break from that. Occasionally, I've actually got to sit down and go, fuck it, you know, I should probably... Well, no, I mean, to a certain extent, you've got to detox after a while anyway, especially with alcohol. But, you know, I actually asked a few friends, I talked to a few people, and, now, most people in Australia, including, well, every Aussie that I know, drinks. My dad drinks, my sister drinks, fucking every Aussie that I've ever met and a lot of people that I've come across, everybody drinks. They all drink. Like, everybody has a drink or drink some type of alcoholic beverage. And if you don't have if you're an Australian and you don't have an alcoholic beverage in your hand, you're abnormal. You're actually not even part of the normal, you're not a normal part of the country. You're not Aussie, according to most people, if you don't have some type of drink in your hand. But, saying that, play Russian roulette with a grenade. Well, that's a bit of a fucking shithouse Russian roulette, isn't it? You only pull the pin once. No, actually, I've got a perfect idea for that. Okay, alright. You play Russian roulette with a grenade, but I surmise we engineer a grenade, right, that has several pins around it, and then one of those pins is the one that sets it off. But everybody gets a turn at pulling one of the pins. and then eventually somebody gets blown up. Perfect fucking idea, to be honest. That's actually a great idea. I think that is actually a great idea. Play Russian roulette with a fucking grenade. That would work. I would just have to. You just have to engineer a new grenade, an actual like a brand new fucking grenade with a bunch of pins around it in like a circle, right? And then each person gets a pull of each pin, and you know one of those pins in essence is going to be the one that fucks and blows everything up, you know. But yeah, that's exactly okay. See, here's my point. I'm an engineer. Trust me, I'm an engineer. That's the reason that you do this shit. Like, well, like. I don't know. Especially if you're going to create new games and stuff like that. Like, play Russian roulette with a fucking grenade. Yeah, this is exactly my point. You're fucking put in a fucking circle. That'd be perfect. That'd be great. That'd work. That'd work perfectly. Okay, alright, yeah, definitely. See? This is my point. Think ahead, people. Think like an engineer. If you're going to create a new game, create it and do it the right way. Always the world, eh? Always the world. What's the worst thing about breaking up with a Japanese girl? You have to drop the bomb twice before she gets the message. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. Indeed. Drop that bomb. I don't know. Though, I will say, though, the amount of times that I know a Japanese friend. She was a great person. She was really nice. She was always really nice to me. Well, she was really nice. She showed me her tits, but beside that, but, you know. But my point is, the point that I'm trying to make is that Japanese they're very creative engineers. A lot of stuff, like especially a lot of the big electronics and all that other stuff. I wouldn't mind actually going to Japan as a personal preference point. I'll tell you the reason I would love to go to Japan is because of the amount of electronics and computer related stuff that they come out with. Man, fuck me, there's so much stuff that like is like freaking 10 years ahead of what's here. And I would love to go to Japan just to see some of that stuff. Like, that'd be my personal thing that I want to do. Definitely be the top of the range stuff I'd want to see. As I said, it's just... China, I mean, China's just... Well, China, you pretty much go to China... Firstly, you'd go to China if you wanted to see cheaper stuff. Actually, that's not entirely true. The two main places, I think, would be Japan for your electronic stuff and Hong Kong. Because Hong Kong has a ton of second-hand electronic shops. I know because I went there in freaking 2000 and what year was it? It's like 2004 or maybe 2005 or something. It was years ago. I went with my parents anyway. But my point is, I went there. I enjoyed it, and there was tons of electronics, like a fucking shitload. That's my point. Like, there was fuckloads of stuff there. Second-hand phones, smartphones, you name it, laptops, whatever. You wanted it, it was there. On top of that, you could buy electronic stuff fairly cheap because the Hong Kong dollar at the time was pretty... I was thinking it was pretty on margin, you know, with a lot of the other stuff around. And yeah, it was pretty cool, actually. Well, I thought it was, anyway. Fuck. Just amazing, though. Fucking amazing about some of this technology stuff. It is an amazing world. It's amazing! It's also sometimes a big fucking rotting cesspool of shit. Occasionally. Occasionally you're going to get those days where you feel like the world is that. I know, I do. I deal with it in my own way, but... You know. Right, I need another coffee to wake myself up a bit more. Oh. And a crack at the back. Oh. That's better. Right. I'm gonna get myself another coffee and I'm trying to figure out. That's what I have to do. I have to pay some bills today. I gotta pay some bills and I gotta buy a couple of things and I gotta renew my subscription to XSplit as well. I did want to try and buy my lifetime XSplit subscription, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. It probably won't happen until later, but I'm going to try and buy one at some point. I think I was looking at about $199 for the whole fucking thing, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes anyway. Let's see what pressure goes. All right. back to where I was going about things anyway, at this point in time. Okay. Sorry, I had to clean up the toilet because my sister's kids have been staying with us, and they use softer baby wipe things for the toilet. The problem is, those baby wipe things, let's just say they have clogged sometimes, or, well, I don't know, the toilet was half flushed, and I guess he tried to flush them, but they didn't flush, because the toilet was full of water and stuff. So what I had to do was get the fucking toilet brush out, obviously, and have a go with that, and then on top of that, those fucking things get stuck to the toilet brush, don't they? What you better should have like that. So, never really needed one. Most of the time I have a technique of getting things to flush with a certain amount of toilet paper and suction factor in, you know. It's a bit of a scientific method. But my point is, I don't necessarily need it myself. I've never really needed it. I mean, one time a toilet really blocked, I literally had to fucking get the fucking toilet paper out of there. But there's only one time that's ever happened, and that's since we moved in here. In our old house, the suction on the flush was a bit better, to be honest. I mean, it really was. The suction on the flush is a shit house here. But yeah, I'm cleaning that out. I grabbed because you don't want to do these things by hand. Grabbed a brush. Brush those, because you have the toilet brush itself, but there's like one of the there's a cleaning brush for cleaning bathrooms and baths and things like that. Got that. Got those fucking Kleenex things off, then flushed them eventually because I was doing them one at a time, getting them off. So that was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. But I'm guessing that my nephew just didn't want to take the responsibility of trying to flush it. Shit happens, unfortunately. We all do it because shit happens. Like, that's the fucking truth, The only thing I probably should buy is a fucking plunger, because the amount of times that I probably needed one, and I probably should get one, is pretty astronomically high at this point. Because when I take a shit, I take a big one. It shows I'm regular, though. Good fibre, see? That's a plus side. See, that's my point. You gotta have good fibre, people. It doesn't matter whether you're a big or a small guy. If you fucking are always clogged up with shit, especially in the sense of, just your digestive system, you're fucked. I'm sorry, but it's actually been proven. There's been scientific research into it that proves if you don't shit a certain amount of times a day, you're actually dying. You're rotting from the inside. Science, I won't argue with science. Not too much, though. I will not argue with science on some things. Some things I might. Just depends on what it is. But science is coming around to my thinking these days with certain things. Certain things in the past were considered to be illegal, and certain things were considered to be this, and certain remedies were considered not to work, but they figured out that they do. Like, I take a lot of herbal remedies myself, but I've figured out with science, when it comes to science in general, it eventually does come around to where you're thinking in most cases, or it does with me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit ahead of the curve. You never know. But yeah, that's something I figured out anyway. But anyway, I had to go and clean the fucking toilet, didn't I? So yeah, I was like sitting there. I was like, I'm looking around for something. It's like, I need an implement to get these fucking Kleenex. They're like the fucking Kleenex baby wipe things, and they're supposed to be like soft on your ass. I mean, fuck me. I don't really give a shit. My toilet paper works just as well for me, but guess guess some of my family have sensitive asses. I have a sensitive ass. I've had some issues, with just hemorrhoids in the past. A little bit of issue, but I've actually cleared up most of that through my own natural remedies I've got. So most of that's gone now. But that's my fucking point. Like, it's just like, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. The concept of having something with aloe vera go on my ass, I mean, I get it when you're shaving a beard or something. But really? Like, is it nice and extra soft on your ass? I just don't get it. I really don't. Maybe that's just me. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I get it if, say, for example, it's something like a razor and you want to apply aloe vera to certain things, especially if you're shaving. I get that. That makes sense. But there's another factor. I'm hairier than a lot of my freaking family. Even my dad. I'm even hairier than my dad, actually. That's surprising though. My dad has a fair amount of hair, but I got fucking chest hair galore, man. I mean, fucking hell, you know, I look like a fucking orangutan that escaped the fucking zoo, mate. This is entirely my fucking point, you know. Like, I don't know. I'm not hairier than everybody else, but I know that I'm fairly hairy. You know, I got pretty much my entire body. There's no part of me that doesn't have hair. So I don't know. Maybe it's just my perspective on things, but that's my perspective. Either context, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter in the long run. I know I'm a fucking ape, but I'm a good ape. Some days, just depends. Hairier than an ape. Did somebody come on my video? Who's that?
Oh, hello everybody. So, alright, after...
What the hell is that? I don't know. Lag. How is he getting... Okay, hold on.
Put it this way, I just recognise the port. So what I'm going to...
He says lag. One of my friends commented on my videos and says lag, and I'm like, there's no lag, dude. I can't see any lag. Not offhand, anyway. What the fuck? No, I can't see any fucking lag. There's no lag. What the fuck is he talking about? No, I can't see any lag. What the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. No sense whatsoever. What the hell's that? What the hell? There's no... Okay, I'm not seeing any lag. That's the first part. That's confusing me when he says there's lag. That's just bullshit. There's none... Well, not that I can see anyway. Oh, that's just a Facebook video. I'm not worried about it. Right, okay. Back to what the fuck I was talking about anyway. Good days and bad days. See, I have done another thing I've done the last few days is I have disconnected for a few negative things in my life. I had some negative shit going on a little bit. Actually, no, I mean, the other thing, I was a bit stressed too. I did have a full house. I had all my nephews and nieces and stuff staying with me, so it was a bit of a pain in the ass to do anything, to be honest. So, yeah, at this point. But yeah, no, fuck. I mean, beside the point anyway. Okay. I'm just clearing something up on my Facebook. Okay, anyway, back to where I was, or back to where what I was talking about, which was, at this point in time, I mean, I'm trying my best to do things, but, I don't know, we're always going to have our good and bad days, I guess. I'm not doing too bad, though, considering. Okay, so that's alright. That's alright. Load those ones anyway. So, okay, at this point in time, I'm not having a bad week overall. It's just been the fact that I haven't. Well, I've been doing a massive amount of repairs, but I've been doing some research on Bitcoin mining because it's an avenue of revenue making that I'm looking into. I mean, I'm still looking into other stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm always looking into something. That's my point. It doesn't matter. I'm always looking into some way to make something or be able to make some type of money. I mean, the truth is sometimes you have a go at something and you don't make a hell of a lot out of it. You make like piss all, you know. You might make like fucking a couple of hundred or less, you know, sometimes. Sometimes it's just, I mean, sometimes certain things are not worth your investment, to be honest. But not all of it. I mean, it's not all bad, but I've had situations where I've invested in something and I've regretted it later because of how much of the return has been pretty shithouse, to be honest. Like, my repairs, I always invest in that because I know it's steady in most cases. It's pretty steady most of the time. The other thing, too, is... you know, I've built reputations, I've earned local people that I know, and I have over a certain amount of clients and stuff and things like that, you know, that I help out, and well, not just help out, but, you know, that I do work for. and you know, I've established things here. But I mean, it's a bit different with the internet. Sometimes you can invest something and it'll work great, and then other times it just, you know, turns to shit. Coffee is my friend. I do love coffee. So back to what I was talking about anyway, but I at this point I was talking about, you know, the fact I had to clean the fucking toilet, which gets frustrating. Aside from that, Bitcoin mining. Okay, so I've covered the subjects of Bitcoin mining. I covered the subject of the fact that I was pissed off with my fucking that I couldn't get my fucking Elgato to work.
This is Captain Mikey. Who's meeting me at the bar later?
Which that was just more of a rant at the time. Fuck you, fuck this, fuck my Elgato, and kiss my sort of watch me sweat. But you know, she told me shit. Actually, I might have been lagging at the time. That's one of the reasons I said it. I think when I tried to do that video on Facebook, my phone was probably virtually running out of battery, which does not help at all. That never ever try to do a video just before your phone decides to work. I mean, I think I have like 25% left, about 30% left. But whenever I do a streaming video on my phone, it drains the battery like a motherfucker. I have a Samsung Galaxy S6, and fucking battery is atrocious some days. It's great other days, not so great other days. But I do find I have to keep it linked to the charger a lot, which is kind of frustrating. I wish it did. I wish it had better battery life. But that's the other issue too with particularly phones these days. Most of them are using cheaper Chinese stuff, and that can be a major problem, especially considering, you know. Oh yeah, that's my fucking point. That's the shit that happens. When you're using those cheaper fucking batteries, especially from China, the drain on them can be extreme, and not just that, the drain can be a fucking major issue. I mean, I think it's even. Well, this is my other point too. The percentage of the time using those cheaper batteries has fucking let Samsung down because the fucking phone's caught on fire and exploded. So, so yeah, it's interesting. Eh? Positive and negative, I guess. So, all right. So we got that. That's all good. Facebook. Doing some research on Bitcoin. At this point, I've got a few avenues and things I want to do. I've also been researching into stuff. I've been watching a couple of videos on and off. I actually, a couple of days ago, I was on a stream, and I donated a couple of bucks towards a YouTuber, which I think is worthwhile in my mind. That's Review Tech USA. The pretty cool guy. I generally like him because he's one of the bigger blokes, you know. And not just that, but I mean, he's an inspiration for, you know, some of the videos and things that I've done in the past. And I've never, well, I've always liked his content, the way he puts his content across. Not just that, but you know, he is objective and he does his research on all the subjects that he's specifically looking into. Whether it's some of the YouTube stuff that's going on. There's a few YouTube drama issues and stuff. He researches that beforehand. Not just that, but he knows his tech stuff as well. He's pretty good with his tech. And you know, I will say, I've always considered him a go-to source for that stuff. The other ones that I mean, I'll promote them because I watch them personally. Is J2 Cents, love his content as well. Linus Tech Tips, fantastic by the way. I love Linus Tech Tips. He's great. Always a great YouTuber in general. You know, a lot of tech stuff. They cover a lot of different things, and they break a lot of things too. I love that too. There's a couple of things I'm surprised Linus hasn't got his fucking ass handed to him by some of the companies and some of the shit he's done to some pieces of equipment. But yeah, but I mean, okay, it was sort of in a good cause, I guess, technically. Who else? Fuck, there's a fuckload of people that I follow. Leafy is here. Now, I know Leafy is fairly, not cancer. Well, some people describe him as cancerous, but I think some of his stuff is funny. I'm a bit of a person who follows trollish stuff, and I like trolling to a certain extent. I don't like there's certain subjects, when I troll people, there's certain subjects I don't cover, certain things I don't touch. But I get the essence of what trolling is trying to do, and sometimes it can just be funny to sit back and watch the drama unfold, you know, the things like that. And I'll be honest, I don't find it too bad. He's not too bad, like some of his content. There might be a few things I think he went a bit far, and he probably could have been less of an asshole about it. But you know what? He's not actually that bad a guy. I can generally laugh at a lot of the stuff that he comes off with as well. So, what else? Since I started getting into vaping, indoor smokers, this guy's pretty cool. He's a bit of a stoner combination, and I also believe he loves his vaporizers. I only just started recently doing stuff with vaporizers myself. And I don't mind them as a general rule. I actually find them pretty cool. I mean, I smoke as well, but I don't smoke all the time. That's the thing. I don't. Sometimes I'll smoke, and sometimes it can be related to how stressed I'm feeling or things like that. And I might just have an occasional smoke or something like that. So I mean, at this point, I got pipe tobacco right. What's the pipe tobacco here? Oh, shit. Got a pipe right here. And some pipe tobacco. I do smoke some other stuff as well. I consider that a herbal remedy. Aside from that, other channels that I really like. I mean, this is gonna be stuff that I mean. There's a lot of different channels that I've subscribed to just to see what they get up to. Stream Fails is good too. I like them. They have a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, especially when some of that stuff is funny. Just watching people fall over themselves. I know I fall over myself, but I mean, it's just it's funny, and it's funny to watch, and it's also good to see that people have the same sort of similar problems that I have when they stream. So I'm not the only one who has issues. Who else? Barnacles. I like him firstly because he's an ex-Microsoft employee. He points out the fact when Microsoft is not doing their shit properly, when they fuck shit up. That's the reason I like him in that sense. I should probably mention a few. Blunty. He's an Australian YouTuber. He's fantastic with a lot of his content. He did mostly cameras for a while, and he's just recently started doing gaming PCs and building gaming PCs and getting into gaming and a lot of that PC related stuff. And you know what? He's pretty cool in my mind. So definitely check out Blunty because I've never had a problem with his content. I actually haven't seen any of his content for a while, so I'm subscribed to him, but I don't mind you. I do have a big fucking list of people I'm subscribed to, so I don't always. I don't see every single video all the time, but sometimes I'll pick up on what they've done anyway. For the content he's done recently, he loves his consoles too. I love my consoles as well, but I only have an Xbox One. At the moment, I only have an Xbox One. I haven't really felt the need to invest in anything else but that at this point. Might go for a PS4, but you know, the other side of it too is he's talking about the Nintendo Switch and all this other stuff. I'm not really big on that myself, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, he started doing a bunch of stuff. Let's see. I might sit down and watch a few of his videos at some point. I will not do it now, but I will do it at a later time. Blunty is definitely somebody to check out. He's got some good content. I think he also does Twitch as well. So yeah, I mean, aside from that, I mean, I watch a lot of different tech users, and I get a lot of different opinions. I muddle them all together, and then I formulate my own opinion from those. Not just that, but I do my own research beforehand. I mean, that's the other thing I have to do as well, is make sure I've researched the things that I'm talking about as well. That is something you pretty much have to do these days, especially if you are a tech reviewer or anything of that nature. I will say though, for the stuff that I've ever had, whether it's my streams and stuff that I do, or the content from my videos, I have had my share of problems. Windows related, software related, hardware failures. I've had my share of problems happen. They don't happen all the time, but they do happen. And you know what? When they do, I probably chuck the shits occasionally when they do. Certain problems, because some things I've gone, nah, okay, I expected that not to fucking last, or that I expected that to fucking die. But I've had things completely die after a week of me using them, which is fucking stupid. Who else? I mean, there's a ton of YouTubers out there that, that do a pretty damn good job. And not just that, but Twitch streamers too. I mean, there's a lot of good Twitch streamers out there. And, each to their own, man. Each to their own. They all have their own different, they all have their own creative way of looking at things, and they also have their own way of, doing things, which, is fantastic at the end. I think it shows a lot of initiative. The only thing I wouldn't mind doing is maybe a multimedia course so I could learn a bit more editing. I mean, I know some editing stuff, but I mean, I'm probably a bit lazy about some of that editing. Not all of it, but just some of it. And the truth is, I've learned so much through for doing it, I guess, to a certain extent. So, yeah. But fuck, I don't know. I've learned good and bad, I guess, over the years. So it's all good. Fun games till somebody loses, no. But yeah, no, that's pretty much how I feel. That's pretty much how I feel about all this stuff anyway. But, so I'll put my hat back on. Put my hat back on. My hat hair thing. Got it going here. There we go. Fucking Molly, the fucking yellow-faced clown cunt. Oh shit, that's gonna fucking use. Motherfuckers! Molly, the yellow-faced clown. It's Clowninator 5000. Ah, Johnny! I don't want to do it, Johnny! Not the fuck you with your fucking asshole. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. That's just ridiculous. I'm gonna catch people's attention. I should just stick this on my head. This will catch people's fucking attention, to be honest. Oh my fucking god, man. Crazy shit. Crazy, crazy shit. That is the problem. We live in a crazy world full of crazy shit, and people do crazy stuff all the time. Alright. Holy shit, I've got some emails to clear out because there's a fuck ton there. What time is it? It is 5:49 AM. I just want to check and see, because I need to pay some bills today, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. I can now pay those bills. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to go and pay... I need to pay those bills anyway, so... First thing on the agenda is my fucking mobile bill. I do have to pay that. Otherwise, I will not be able to make and receive phone calls from clients. Telstra! I'm with Telstra for my mobile, so yeah. Now, some people have asked... well, people have probably haven't asked me, but like, most people would consider Telstra to be dodgy sometimes with the way they practice things, but I don't consider them that bad. I think for some services they're not the best, like the way they handle it, tech support wise. In most cases, they're pretty good with most things, like, you know, most stuff they do. 73. No. The hell? Edit details. No, PayPal. Bank deposit. Proceed to PayPal. So I just got to pay this bill. I still got a buttload of other bills towards the end of the month, but well, not a buttload, but like most of my bills come at the end of the month. So for some stuff, because it's subscription based, and it's month by month. Some of it, not all of it, but some of it. Alright, my bill is, there we go. Payment is being finalised. Right, that's done and dusted. Thank you very much. Done and dusted. Get that over and done with, yay. Now, I do need to, that's right. What I need to do now is pay for my subscription to XSplit, because if I don't do that, I won't have any streaming software. I don't use OBS personally, I use XSplit. I find it the best program and it works for me. Not everybody does though, some people don't want to pay the money, that's fine. I won't judge them too much, but you know, I've got my own way of doing things. Let's see. Let's look at XSplit. Let's make sure. Sorry, I'd like to keep a check on how much I'm spending. Not just that, but also like to make sure that the right amount of money came out of my bank, and I'm not being slogged any nasty ass fees. Otherwise, so I'm gonna put this in, then it'll fill in the password for me. There we go, log in. Okay. And what I need to do is research. Upgrade license, personal license. So it's valid to the 16th, which is not so. Current extend my. Oh, here we go. Okay. How much is that? No. Okay. So I don't want to do that. I want to do a 3-month license. Oh, no, that's no. Okay, so. No, I don't want to upgrade it because I'm on a personal license at the moment. I'm okay with the personal license. I do want to get it. I want to upgrade my license at some point, but I don't know whether I'll do it now or later. I'll probably do it later. Personal license is valid until the 16th. So the 16th, 2017, personal license agreement. So I'm going to edit the details of that. Could automatically take it out, maybe. Whoop. Deactivate accounts. No, I don't want to deactivate account. June 2016. Personal license, 12 months. Oh, that's right. I did a 12-month license. That's right. Okay. Back in 2016, I did a 12-month license. So, is there any way I can pay that right now? I wonder whether I can actually. Or will it just automatically take it out when I need to? No, I actually want to know, is it going to is it going to take it out, or... It should... Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that it should take it out, so... How much am I spending? I know, it's just I have to keep a certain amount in there, in my account for that. So, what I want to know is how much is it? How much? Is it just going to end or what? Like, what the fuck? Seriously. Is it just going to end or what the hell's going to go on? So I don't want to upgrade to a premium license. I'm okay for that for the moment. I'll just stay on the personal one for now. And then I'll move up to a premium license later on. I don't want to do it right now. So... Fuck. Activity... The last payment I made was the 16th of June 2016. So the next payment's going to be then. So what is this going to end up costing me? It's not fucking telling me. Support. Is it just going to end, or is it going to automatically upgrade my license when I want to? Product support, license support. There we go. No, go back. That's premium license. Why is there no option for personal license? Because it used to be. 28th, 2017. Have a look. Now, license agreement. No, that's a fucking agreement. Where the fuck? Okay, this doesn't even begin to cover what I want to fucking cover. What the hell? Okay. Hold on a minute. So, I bought a 12-month subscription last time, which was 12 months. And it was a personal license that I used. Used PayPal to complete the transaction, that's fine. Is there an auto renewal on this, or does it just fucking... There's only an option to upgrade. Why the fuck is there only an option to upgrade? Increase the duration of your expert personal license with additional days and... Okay, alright, that's what I wanted. Okay, there we go, okay. Now, 30, okay, right. Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, alright. Now I can buy, so that's on $39.95. That'll work. Pay now. I accept the agreement, and I'll do it for another 12 months, and then I might just buy a complete premium license thing. All right, screw it. Pay now. Enable auto checkout for no, it doesn't matter. So change. Right, perfect. That's how much it's going to cost me. Perfect. Now I know. Thank you. Okay, 50 months. Okay, no, that'll work. That's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. I paid that before anyway. I think it was around there, roughly the same price anyway. But this is my point. I had it for 12 months, so I have been using it. I have been using it over that 12-month period anyway. So, where are we? Let's check. There we go. Right, perfect. Paid for. Done. Dusted. Great. I now have my XSplit set up again. Great, that's perfect. That'll work. Perfect! Yay! So I've extended my license for 12 months. I can now log out of this. And I don't have to worry about that anymore for another 12 months. Perfect. Paid for my mobile bill. So those are the two things that were mainly important at this point. The other bills, they automatically come out of my account anyway, so yeah. Okay. Close that, and close that. Alright, perfect. Now, what else have I... Anything else to come out this week? I don't think there's anything really important at the moment. I'll just make sure, but there's some online sub stuff that I have that comes out from time to time, but I just want to make sure I've got enough. But it should be okay though. I think I checked it before. That's the reason I thought I knew I'd be able to do the 12 months if I wanted to. Fucking hell. Hurry up. Ah! Thank you. Fucking hell. It took me long enough to load. Okay. So my Xbox is no longer active. The things that I've got coming out of my account at this point... It's my Netflix, Stan, my website fee. I've already paid my mobile. And then next month, but I should have more money before then anyway. That's next month anyway. That's the first next month. It's 4th, so that's 10 and that's 18. Okay, that's fine. Okay, all good. All good! Okay, so pretty much... Let's see. I just want to calculate and make sure I've got enough money. That takes it to... no, that should be alright anyway. So let's see. Just make sure. Just to make sure. Oh, no. That's not what I meant to do. Shit. Crap. Fuck, I have to redo that again. Fucking calculations. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's see. That should be... Right. Okay, that'll leave me that much in there. Then, just got to see. Check eBay. Just want to see if I haven't... I don't think I've got any eBay fees at the moment because I haven't sold anything lately. No, I don't think I have. Alright, let me check. Let me check. Just want to make sure I haven't sold anything. No, I don't think so. I don't think I sold anything. Okay. Purchase history. Active. No, I haven't sold anything. Let me just check my account. No, I got no fees. They're all done. It's alright. I had a payment that was last month's invoice anyway, so that's alright. That invoice is gone. Great. Perfect. Haha, that's the money I have left over once those few bills that I have are paid. That is very good indeed. So that should work. But I got the main two things I wanted to pay, which are great. In the meantime, put up some ads for my bees. And should be right then. I don't think there's much else I really need to get, to be honest, at this point. So yeah, proceed to payments. Payment, that should be good. Yep, that'll work. I want a grenade for ya. That's better. Alright, there we go. Right, that's perfect. That's actually a lot better now. So. Great. Perfect, actually, in fact. That is great, after I've paid that up, which is perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so that transaction's done. So, how much does that leave me after that? Because I wanted to put those ads up. It's going to cost me a little bit of money. Dreaming, I'm dreaming my life away. Dun 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 dun. Ba ba dum bum bum. So, shite. Take away. Right, okay, that's how much money I have left. Great. Perfect. That will work. That will work most extensively. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Alright. Okay. So that's how much it's going to leave me there. Oh, no, that'll work. That'll work for now, and then hopefully I get some business in the meantime. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, so... Okay. That will definitely work. For the hell of it. That will definitely work. What the fuck is this? I'm always getting randoms adding me to Facebook. I mean, I don't get them all the time, but sometimes I'm like, what the fuck, okay. Most of them just like most of them look like bullshit accounts anyway. They look like fake accounts regardless, so I can tell straight off the bat they're fake. I pick it up straight away, to be honest. So. Okay, so now that'll work for the moment. And if I make some more money in the meantime doing repairs, that would be good. So, okay, let me see here. As for the license stuff, that doesn't matter. I'm going to be doing that, but I have to arrange to get it all fixed up first, which, you know, that's a process in itself. Actually, all my nephews are driving now. Hence, I didn't want to stress my my sister or my dad too much because I wanted to get my license. I was waiting for them to get theirs first, and then I would obviously want to get mine. But you know, I'll get mine soon enough anyway. It's not a big issue. But no, that will work very well. That will work reasonably okay. I can I don't know. See, I'm just looking through my list. I mean, there's not really much I'm planning to buy on eBay at this point, just mainly because I don't really have enough money to do it right now. But everything else on the list is just stuff that I was thinking about getting, and to be honest, most of it's just irrelevant, really. Some of it's relevant, some of it isn't. The rest of it is for actually a build for somebody I was going to build. They wanted me to build a computer, and it was just quotes on pricing and parts. So that's what that was mainly for, anyway. The only thing I might do is get some alcohol, maybe, case of beer or something. I guess. Let's see. Maybe a case of beer. I don't know what I feel like. Yeah, maybe a case of beer. Probably. Got plenty of food in the house. That's not the issue. So I got heaps of food. Mind you, still pretty much a cask of wine there anyway, so I don't really necessarily have to get alcohol if I don't want to. It's not essential, so it's just sometimes I've just been so used to getting some from time to time. It's just something I do. Typically, I don't know. Like by every other fucking person who's not Australian, I've been called an alcoholic, or even my family, you know, sometimes has been called that way. But the weird part is just because you'd like a drink, and I mean, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's certain times of day or whatever with alcohol or whatever. Just because you like a drink doesn't mean you're an alcoholic. An alcoholic is somebody who can't stop drinking on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week basis, you know. Somebody who just drinks and drinks and drinks and never stops. I personally don't have a problem stopping myself from drinking. I've never had that issue. The only reason I've ever had a drink is because I was drinking with someone, and normally it was someone on the net, but that person's a dickhead anyway, so I don't really see the point. Because most of the time when I used to have a drink with them, they'd turn shit around on me, and they'd fucking fuck with me, and I get a bit defensive when I get drunk, and well, it depends on the person though. I'd known this person for a very long amount of time. I disconnected myself from them anyway, so I don't need them in my life. They're nothing but a negativity. They're nothing but a negative thing in my life, to be honest. That's the truth. And I didn't see the point of. I didn't honestly see the point, to be honest. So. I don't need negative people in my life. I need people who positively reinforce me as a person, and positively reinforce my business achievements and other things of that nature. So I mean, at the end of it, I'd rather have people who are. I'd rather have people who are positive. I don't mind trolling stuff, you know, people trolling around with some people, but you know, having people who are gonna negatively reflect. Say it again. Negatively reflect on you in life is probably the worst thing you can have in your life. At the end, so. See. Fuck. Make you stupid up. Fucking every time. Fucking Windows. Oh shit. Go back. Prick. Yeah, I've had a few people though, you know. I don't know. I've always been of the feeling and of the attitude that if somebody hires you to do a job, you should know how to fucking do it. I've had people like this guy. He had a situation in his life where somebody turns around and says, "Like, well, how do I spread this stuff across social media, or how do I do this stuff?" I'm like, if somebody hires you for a job, you should know how to fucking do it. Firstly, you should have some knowledge, or if you don't have the knowledge, research the job beforehand that you're trying to get, and actually put some effort into it. You know what I mean? That's the problem with a lot of people. Like, they don't put the fucking effort in. I'm not saying it's everybody who does that, but there has been some people that I've seen in my life, and in other people's lives as well that I've come across, that they don't put the extra effort in to do the research beforehand to find out what's involved in the job. You know, like, fuck me, really? Like, somebody's hiring you to do a job. What the fuck? You're not going to research it beforehand and find out what's involved with the job or anything of that nature? Like, hello? What? No, that's not how business works. I'm sorry, but if you're in a business, or even if you're, you know, promoting yourself or self-promotion points, Jesus, you know, well, no, if you're in a business and somebody hires you to do a job, you should know how to do the job. Or at least have some type of prior... Well, firstly, it helps to have prior qualifications. If you have prior qualifications, you advance upon those by doing your own research, you know? And I think it gets me sometimes with some people that they seem to think, oh, you know, this job, you know, and, you know... They seem to think that their employers are going to tell them to do what to do. I mean, that's part of it. But if you take initiative, an employer will want to give you more money and want to actually, you know... Well, that's the fact. They'll want to give you more money and they'll want to give you more stuff for doing the job and more rewards if you research beforehand. It's just logical. It's just intelligent. You know, it's idiotic if you don't try to do that. Well, I found personally anyway, but whatever. Sometimes, I guess people forget that shit to a certain extent. I guess some people just do. They forget that factor, I guess. But, you know. Whatever. Fuck you! Vagina. I don't know. Where the fuck was I even going with that? I don't even know. I'm fucking sitting here in a funny ass fucking mask. in a funny ass fucking head with a fucking clown thing. I'm going like the whole fucking clown route. I'm trying to be funny here. I'm trying to be funny, man. Troll, 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 troll. Troll, 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 low, 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 low. Troll, la, la, low, 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 low. Troll, la, low, la, la, low, 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 la, la, low, la, la, low, la, la, low, low, low. Troll, la, la, low, 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 low. I have no idea what the fuck I was doing that, but it seemed relevant at the time. Okay, I'm just gonna mark off some shit because I saw some shit before. Actually, I'm kind of annoyed because my eBay. No, I'm kind of annoyed with a couple of people on eBay because they tried to lowball me on something. Like, lowball me to the percentage that... Okay, firstly, I realise the cards aren't tested. That's not the point. I mean, I know the cards weren't tested at the time, but Jesus, you know, the price they were offering was pretty abysmal. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to test those cards. I'm going to list that on the listing, and then I'm going to up the price. That's what I'm... Just to fucking fuck with them. Because, well, not fuck with them, but I think I should do that, because if I test them, and I say they're tested, and I know they're working... I can at least turn around and say, oh, okay, these work, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. And then I can actually up the price because they do work. I put them on eBay as is. And I said, oh, you know, I'm not sure if they work because I haven't tested them. But you know what? Since I have the ability to do that anyway, what I will do, I can't do it right now because my fucking workshop is still taken up. But when my workshop is free, I'm going to test those video cards in question. I'm going to make sure they're working properly, and then I'm going to up the price on them. Maybe that's a bit of an arsehole. It's not really an arsehole move, it's just, it's business, that's all it is, you know, so yeah. Because the truth is I haven't tested them, so I don't know whether they actually work. I mean, they're brand new, sealed in plastic, anti-static plastic, some of them are. One isn't, but that one, can be negotiable anyway. But all the rest are sealed, so, yeah. That's no certainty on that anyway, so, yeah. Oh, life, oh, life, oh, life. But I am getting my license, so I don't know. That probably it's probably not knowing, because just generally how I do things how things are done around my family is we don't tend to move very fast with things. So hence I've got used to moving at the pace I'm moving at. Like sometimes it can generally be a snail's pace. I'm a fairly fast person. When I'm out there, I'm ready to go, but my family's the total opposite way in some ways with how they deal with things. So, I mean, I don't hate them for it. I just gets frustrating having to stand still sometimes with certain things. On top of that, I want to check beforehand. See, I don't know. As I said, I know some of the stuff involved for getting a license, but I want to know exactly what's involved at the end. Fuck me sideways. Fuck me sideways. www.Felicio book. Yeah, that was afternoon. I can't believe that. That's really hilarious. Well, it's not afternoon, it's morning. Oh, that's a bit... Okay, that's a bit stupid. Fuck that shit. Actually, I know why, because I probably didn't change the name of it. But I can adjust it on the fly. Go to my live dashboard, and I should be able to adjust that now. That way, if there's any corrections needed, I can correct it all. Oh, there we go. That's better. Alright. Can I save that? Yep, that's saved. Okay, so I've got the morning thing going on. Good afternoon. It's getting fucking cold. What the fuck? Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Right, I'll be right back. Oh my fucking god, man. Alright. So, fucking clown hat. Is that fucking aircon on? Fuck me, I don't know, I'm fucking cold this morning. Fucking freezing, wow. Holy shit. I don't know, I'm cold. I know that much. So I don't know what the hell's happened with these settings on this program, but I can't access Facebook for some reason. It's kind of pissy, I'm annoyed. I can't fucking access Facebook. What the actual fuck? I see, I want to know whether this is a fucking problem with the program or whether the fucking part of the program's become corrupt. Because that means I have to reinstall the fucking cunt of a thing. Fuck me fucking sideways, are you serious? Oh, that's kind of annoying me because... Fucking hell, man. Seriously? What the fuck? It got me. That has kind of got me because I can't understand what the fuck is going on with this cunt. Yeah, okay, so that's is it a problem? Okay, let me try and add. Let me just remove this fucking output completely and put it back in. See if that makes a difference. Because that, I think there's a problem. I'm gonna have to stop all the fucking streaming. Hold on a second, I'll be right back.